I am in Arco, Idaho, a very small town in the middle of nowhere in the high desert of Idaho. This is surrounded by the craters of the moon and the Idaho National Laboratory, 900 square miles of nuclear laboratories, the world's first. And behind me is the Devil's Boat. This is the former top of the USS Hawkbill. You can see its number, 666. So this place is going to be very weird. Let's go check it out. This is the original sail of the USS Hawkbill, otherwise known as SSN 666. With that being the code associated with Satan, it was considered the Devil Boat and was perhaps the most feared submarine lurking in the waters. Well, maybe not so for the godless communists. While in service, it was also known as the Devilfish, and anyone who saw the fin knew it was the Devil Boat. The Hawkbill was built at the Mare Island Shipyard in California, and she was launched on April 12, 1969. The Hawkbill did not have an active military role, it didn't really see any action, but in 1984, the Devil Boat was deployed to the Arctic for an excursion under the polar ice cap. It was stationed at Pearl Harbor for quite a while, and the Devil Boat was decommissioned in 2000, the last short-hull sturgeon submarine to leave the Navy, and the boat was scrapped. This is technically considered the Idaho Science Center. Yeah, this is very unusual and one of the first roadside attractions after knowing of roadsideamerica.com that I ever visited.
You know, it makes you wonder, was Satan the captain?
Here's a torpedo memorial to all U.S. submariners lost in naval history. The U.S. has lost 55 subs and 4,027 crew members in those subs, and the majority of these losses were during World War II. And by chance, I was here while the Little Mega Peace Museum was open. This thing out front is an original off-site waste shipment tank from the Hanford Site B reactor in Washington, which played a critical role in the Manhattan Project and has historically been considered the most toxic place in America. It is housed in a little shed by the Devil Boat, but it still has some pretty interesting stuff. So this is the extensive display of the Idaho Science Center. It's mostly about submarines, which is pretty interesting and again, definitely unexpected here. There's a model of what the full USS Hawkbill looked like. It would have been cooler if the full restored sub was brought here to Arco as a museum on land. There's plenty of memorabilia from various submarines over the years. This is a model of the third USS Indianapolis, a submarine that luckily wasn't torpedoed by another submarine. There's some water collected during the Devil Boat's visit to the North Pole. There's some gear formerly used by submariners. Some World War II era sailor uniforms. This is an air monitor from a submarine. You did not want that alarm to go off. That thing was used to contain and measure uranium-235. These timepieces show the crucial role the INL has played in the global development of nuclear power, and this museum definitely defends the benefits of the Manhattan Project and the role the INL has played by making a point that its research and actions have saved millions of lives, and that because of this mega piece Arco has helped to produce, that's why there hasn't been any atomic weapon use or world wars since World War II. Good going, Arco. Also, the museum is planning to double in size to 2 sheds, with the foundation already set in. Right behind here is Number Hill. Started with the high school class of 1920. A lot of towns around here have big letters on hills with the first letter of the city's name. This one has all sorts of numbers for the graduating classes. And across from the Devil's Boat is one of the greatest roadside restaurants in the country. This is called Pickles Place. It's in this little building along Route 20, green like a pickle, and it has a neon sign that says eat that does light up at night. Yeah, that's what Americans like to do. And you can see on the faded sign with the pickle, it is the home of the Atomic Burger. They also have the classic roadside fixture of the giant chair. Now, let's eat. Pickles definitely has the small, desolate town diner vibe, except that it can get pretty crowded in here. There's some foreign currency lining the walls, a vintage sticker dispenser. That's a menu from Nellie's Cafe that used to be here in Arco. The DK Motel is advertised, along with past businesses. And here's the menu. They are famous for John's Steak and Seasoning Spices. And here is the extensive burger menu. You actually have a lot of options here. The food here at Pickles is fantastic. There is my Atomic Burger, and I didn't glow after consuming this. It's perfectly safe. Get another look at Number Hill. Here's an abandoned gas station. The pumps were taken out. I think this closed fairly recently because I was last here 3 years ago and it was still open. I'm pretty sure. You can see the empty gas station. Looks like most of the stuff was taken out. Huh. Luckily, what hasn't closed is the wonderful DK Motel. You can see the old sign there. I have stayed here before. This is a pretty vintage motel. Really nice, actually. Definitely recommend staying here. See, 3 US highways converge right here, and Route 20 there is currently the longest road in America. Look at this cool old sign. Sawtooth Club. Here at the City Hall in Arco, which is built out of lava rock, they have an awesome neon sign. Arco, Idaho, the atom, and it says there it was the first city in the world to be lit by atomic power. That sign is pretty awesome. So this marker tells that on July 17th, 1955, the lights of Arco were successfully powered from atomic energy, the first time in world history. This little town in the middle of nowhere. This is the 1895 Baptist Church. And like a lot of buildings around here, it is built out of local lava rock. And it is on the National Register of Historic Places. Near here is John Day's River, named after the pioneer trapper who died in the valley north of here in 1820. And I'm pretty sure that's the guy that John Day, Oregon was named after. He was in a Astor Specific fur company. So he's probably the early settler there. Here's an old roadside trading post. You have this old hand-painted Pioneer Trapper. It's really faded now. That's pretty neat. The evening neon has come on now. Yeah, it used to be a Shell station. It's interesting, this memorial is in the shape of a pentagon. Wonder if like that's some limestone from it or something. Look at that, as you enter or leave town, there's an atom. Now I think I want a little more Pickles Place. I swear I don't eat this much on a normal day. Alright, that is one of my favorite restaurants on earth. Well, it's been fun, Arco. I'll see you around. So you can see Atomic City. It's a near ghost town. They have a population now of like 30 something. Just barely hanging on. When I was first here, I thought this place was abandoned, but it turns out the Atomic City Raceway still is in operation. This is very weird. That bar. You're in a near ghost town. Look at that old sign. Here's an old bar. Ooh, man, this place is weird. I do have a story to tell. I didn't show too much at Atomic City. I mean, there's not much there. It's nearly a ghost town. But when I was driving, just after I shot those the bar scenes, a guy looked like he lived there. Motioned me over, so I went over to see what he was gonna say. And he said that one of my lights were out, and he offered to fix it for me, so I was just like, okay, I was a little nervous. I was very worried. I wasn't alone today. But the dude did have 2 kids outside their apartment. I mean, he did it. He did it for free. He wouldn't take anything for it. He seems like a good dude, but he did tell me a little bit of his life story while sober. So basically, I hope he was lying about some of it. He's from Mississippi. He was in Iraq for 4 years. His wife and daughter, he knew his wife since they were babies, got killed by a drunk driver. Then when he got back from Iraq, he got hit by a drunk driver on his motorcycle and got like half of his skull damaged. So it's like metal restructuring. He has another wife and some kids, and he was planning on getting a job in a nearby town, and he moved them up there, but it didn't work out, and they're in the town of Atomic City. So that was something. And actually both of my front lights went out, so I only had the brights to drive 2.5 hours back to where I'm staying. And like the last 20 minutes I was paranoid there was a cop following me, and it's like 1 o'clock. I'm tired, but I made it. So thanks for watching.